everyone, it's me Ray Rambles, and today I have a little bit of a different video planned. Basically, I made a list of names that you could possibly use for a persona or character, just in case if you have writer's block or if you have a new character that you really love and you can't figure out a name for. Now I'm going to kind of blast through this list because I don't have much data left in my phone, but I am going to give a brief explanation behind each name and why it would be good for a certain character. So without further ado, here's my list, but first I want to make a disclaimer. It is okay if two different personas or characters have the same name. I don't want anyone in the comments saying you can't use that name, I made it first. That is not how this works. Two different personas can have the same name, okay? Okay, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to blast through this list and possibly jumpstart some ideas, and you can use any of these on the list because that's what I made this for. And I will be making a part 2 of this so I can get more ideas out. But without further ado, here's my list of possible names for persona or character you might like. First is Zephyr, which means a light breeze. There is Alto, which is relating to music, it means a low pitch. Next is Modem, which is relating to computers and computing. Next is Whimsy, which basically means magic or awe. Next is Piston, that's relating to machinery, so that's really great for a cybernetic character in some way. Next is Cuckoo, basically based off a cuckoo clock. It's really great for the character is insane or crazy in some way. Next is Gaia, or Gaia, and that is inspired by the Greek goddess of basically the earth. Next is Wisp, or Wispy. This just basically means like a vapor trail or something. Basically a wisp. I don't know how else to explain it, but that's good for a mysterious or shy persona. Next is Whiplash. That one just, I don't know, it sounds kind of cool. Next is Forte. Forte means a loud pitch, similar to alto. Next is Wick, and Wick basically is relating to like a candle wick. So if you have a character relating to fire, that's a really great one. Next is Torrent, and basically Torrent is like a quick flow of water. So if you have a water-based persona, that's good. Next is Loco, which is Spanish for crazy. Next is Bobbin, which is relating to sewing. Next is Karma or Carmen. That's basically what comes around goes around. Next is Bubble, obvious reasons, it's cute. Next is Iris, which either means a purple flower or the center part of the eye. Next is Tremor, which is relating to earthquakes. Next is Yana, and this one's very special because in Hebrew it translates to God is great. Basically, if you're Christian and you like that name, it's a really great persona because it's a very subtle Christian reference. Next is Dagger. That one's kind of obvious, I know, it sounds kind of cool. Same with Whiplash. Next is Vino, and that is basically a slang word for wine. Next is Pastel, that just means bright, happy colors. Next is Manta, which is relating to manta rays, so that's good for a water-based persona. Next is, oh, I can't read this, Voltage, and that is relating to electricity. Next is Birch, which is basically a white tree. So if you have a persona that's either white or related to nature, that's a good one. Next is Mica, which is a type of rock. Next is Taiga or Taiga, I say Taiga. And Taiga, it basically means a forest, it's a biome. Next is Ethereal or Ether for short. That basically means relating to ghosts or mysteries. Next is Collage, which is basically a giant mishmash of things. So that's really great persona with lots of colors. Next is Blink or Blinky. That's, I don't know, it's cute. That's all I got for that one. Next is Clover or Shamrock. That's basically relating to luck, nature, and calm. Next is Mako, which is a type of shark. So if you have a Manokit or just any persona that's related to sharks in some way, that's a great one. Next is Dinky, which is, it's kind of cute. Dinky means like, ooh, I'm a little dink, you know, it's like small, klutzy. Next is, Cider. Cider basically just means, you know, juice, apples, fruit. Hi, my name's Japalak. No, sorry. Next is Corazon, and this one's special because it's Spanish for heart. Next is Poppy, which is basically either a flower or it's cute, I don't know. Next is obsidian, which is a type of magma rock. Basically, obsidian is a shiny black rock that's found in magma pools. Next is dandy, short for either dandelion or means happy. And the last one I have on this particular list is mock, which basically means the speed of sound. So if you have a character relating to, I don't know, being fast in some way, mock is a really great name. And if you want to add on to that one, basically you can go on by saying Mach 2, Mach 3. Basically, the higher Mach you go, that's how many times the speed of sound you go. For instance, if you're going Mach 5, you're going 5 times the speed of sound. So, there is my list of possible fursona names. And you can use any of these and you can modify them to make them more relating to your character. And I hope this jump started some ideas for you, and maybe now you can name a couple of your characters that you didn't know what to name. I love you all, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend since it's coming in. Never mind, it's Tuesday. Okay, I love all of you guys. Take care.